Hey guys, back with another video. As I told you in the other video, I was going to be making another video with the knives. And I'm with my boy again, Connor.
Hey man.
And we're going to be presenting the knives as I told you in the other video. He's going to be presenting them.
Alright, so basically what this video is going to be about is basically just showing you my knife collection. It's not really vast like on other people. It's just 5. I honestly started about around like last year or so, and this is the knife that I've collected over the years. Like I said, all these knives have their ups and downs, and I'll tell you about a little bit of the backstory of how I got the knives and how well they function when just doing day-to-day tasks. Now, most of these knives are just, showcase, but they can still be used for anything, for like variety, like cutting wire, you cut a stem off a branch, something like that. So what I'll first start off is this one. Design of the Batman one. Just get a little closer. I just want to show them the design. See, it's a Batman, obviously. Now, how I got this one was that there's a place called, there's basically a place called a jockey lot. It's basically just like a flea market, and there's these guys that sell blades. I got this one for about 15. All in all, not a bad blade. It used to actually honestly be like, it used to like spring out actually, so it used to kind of be spring action. But however, I guess it kind of just deteriorated, so it's not like that anymore. I've been having this for about 6-7 months, and what I like about this is obviously the design. I mean, that just looks really cool, and I also like that it looks like a bat wing. Now, what I don't like about this thing is it's basically a hair trigger. It's like that thing pops out easily. If you're trying to wear it on your side right here, that thing will come out, and that could probably hurt you. Not saying probably, I'm not sure, but I like to carry my knives on my waist. I don't really like to put it in my pocket, even though it's a pocket knife. And that's about that. I got this one for about $15. Like I said, not a bad deal. On to the next one. This one is a really good knife for a good price. It is a rabbit pocket knife. This one is actually pretty cool. I like this one because just the design on it, like I like the camo. I'm always been a bit of a camo guy myself. And also what I like about this knife is it's serrated, obviously, and it cuts pretty well. I've never sharpened this thing before, and it's always held up. And I've got this thing for about $12. How I got this one is basically I honestly lost this knife, the one I showed you before, and I wanted to get another knife for my stepmom. So I'm like, hey, can I buy a knife from you? And she's like, sure. So I got this one for about 13 bucks. Honestly, not bad at all. One thing I don't like about it though is the grip on here, it can chip off kind of easily. So you really have to watch if you drop it. Like if you drop this thing on a hardwood floor, it'll crack. Carpet, not really. Grass, not really. But concrete or something, this shit will shatter. This stuff will shatter. And what happened was, see that I dropped it on just a little wooden floor and it cracked. But honestly, it hasn't really affected the function of the blades. And honestly, this is one of my very first spring action blades. Like honestly, like that's pretty cool. I always like that. This is one of my first ones, and this is why it's always going to hold a little special place in my heart. Next one.
Okay, so I'm going to be presenting which one? Yeah, I'm going to be presenting this one. Well, both practically going to be doing both of them.
How'd you go first?
You tell the backstory of that one.
Okay, I'll tell the backstory of this one then.
It's kind of funny.
It's very funny. Backstory of this one, I don't know how much this was cost. This one didn't cost anything to me, but let me explain why. You might call me a thief and all that, but let me tell you. It's just, you ever heard of the phrase eye for an eye, for example? This blade is a great example of eye for an eye. Basically, I went to my friend's house to play the PlayStation. Well, he didn't have a PlayStation. He didn't have a remote for me. So basically, what I did is that I left my remote over there by accident, and he decided upon himself to keep the remote from me without saying anything for 3 whole months. So I found it again, and I'm like, "Oh, you want to take my controller and not give it to me?" He basically stole it. You could say he didn't, but I think he did because he didn't give it back when he could have. And he knew he had it because he even confessed it to me. So I said, "Oh, cool. You gonna take that? Well, guess what? I'm gonna take this." So I took his knife. And you know, if you're watching this, I don't care. Go screw yourself. You're not getting your knife back. Anyway, this honestly is an alright blade. I don't exactly like it just for the fact it's an alright. Like I said, it's an all-purpose blade. It can cut through material, obviously a little well, like what a normal pocket knife would do. Now I'm not sure how much this one costs. No, however, I don't like about it is this. You have to go like that. I don't like knives like that. I really honestly don't. All the knives that I show you right now at least have a grip on the side right here where you can use your thumb and position. I don't like that. I like when they actually have a grip instead of me sometimes even have to pull it out. Now, honestly, it's not that bad of a blade. Like I said, I still don't know how much this one costs, but the thing I like about it is it is kind of durable. It's kind of durable. So, and I actually hit it across the concrete, and all it did was put a little nick in it. That's all that it did. So honestly, this blade is good. I really don't use it that much. Like honestly, I can just give this thing away and I really wouldn't care. This thing could break tomorrow and I really wouldn't care. But it's part of my knife collection, so it's mine. And this is the backstory of this one, and this is how much I got. Like I said, it was for free. It didn't cost anything. So honestly, not that bad of a blade. Just the fact that getting it out is kind of a hassle. And this is the story about that one.
Okay guys. Really, I think this is pretty much, I like this knife best because it's a firefighter knife. And basically, it has the blade, as firefighters will use, as a blade, a seatbelt cutter, and it, like if you need, like say you're in a car, and you need to get out the car, and your seatbelt's on, you could cut the seatbelt with this. And also, if like the window, you need to get out your seatbelt thing and all the windows stuff, the door's locked and it's jammed, you can use this side. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a little pointed thing. And you can use the dash in the window.
Basically called a window breaker.
Yeah, window breaker. And it's a pretty sharp blade too. Yeah, we never sharpened it before, and it's pretty sharp. It also has little spike things, I think, are for cutting teeth.
Cutting anything. Let me show.
Yeah.
Now look. So this is the serrated part. Now the things I like about it is obviously the seatbelt cutter, the window breaker, multitask tool, not just one. Two things I don't like about it. About two things. One is that it's a square blade, which I'm not exactly a pure fan of, but to be honest with you, it's really not that bad of a blade. It's a square, even though it's a square blade, I'd much rather have a round blade because you can cut stuff in either and it won't like slide off. And the other thing I don't like about it, it's a hair trigger. Again, this thing will just pop out like that. That's very light. This is extremely light.
Really, I actually disagree with his. Yeah, but I actually agree with his. It's kind of easy to come out, so if it does.
So if you have it on your side,
and it hits like
it
your
can hurt
buckle,
you.
if it's like something and it comes out, it could stab you.
And it could do some serious damage.
I also hate that part, and I also like the part that it just comes out. So like, somebody's coming at you, and say they have a weapon, melee weapon, you can just flick it out. Cause I don't really like the weapons, like the knives like that. Like, see, this one, is this the flick out one? No. Yeah, it is?
No, it's not.
See these, I don't like these, cause they can't flick out, and like if you're in a rush, well, they both good, but like, yeah.
Last one. The last one in my possession that I honestly thought this was really good.
Yeah.
Now I got, this one, forgot. The price for this one was about $25. Actually, no, 15. It wasn't actually that bad. And what I like is that this one is actually enforced by the United States Marines. This is actually the Marine Corps knife, and if you look on it, it actually flicks open pretty easily, like this. The thing I like about this blade is, to be honest with you, is that it is pretty cool, and it says, if you see that, it says Marines, the few, the proud. It's honestly a good blade, and to be honest with you, it is pretty good. This is from MTech too, so I actually have like 3 knives from MTech, to be honest with you. And this one has a really good grip on it. And honestly, the only thing that I could truly say that is bad about this blade, and it's not too bad, is this. I'm gonna show you. Look, sometimes it won't lock in place, so you think it's locked, but then it'll close. See, I don't know why it does that. Even if you go like this and try to lock it, it'll go. So what you might have to do is that you might have to kind of flick it a little hard, and then it'll lock in place. That thing ain't going nowhere. Be honest with you, this is probably my favorite out of all of them. Second favorite would probably have to be
the firefighter.
For you, it's the firefighter. For me, it's this one, because this one, this knife right here that I showed you, is a really good blade. I've been having this forever. I've never had to sharpen it, and it still gets the job done. And all in all, the least favorite would probably have to be the one he has in his hands right here. This one, I just don't like it. Probably because it's just a backstory on it. it's just not. It's really not that good of a blade because it doesn't function that well. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a strong blade, but I just don't like the backstory. And honestly, like I said, it doesn't have the grips on here to open it. But this one, it's fair. It's fairly simple. But all in all, that's pretty much all the knives. And I'm sure my friend here would have just a couple things to say before ending the video.
I got
What's up? Huh?
Okay, guys, and I got a few things to say. Please subscribe, leave a like, and ring that bell, bruh. Also, we're gonna be doing another video. I'm gonna have some guests, Luke and Keegan, in my other video. We're gonna be doing an airsoft war. Well, not airsoft war, but we're gonna be doing something else. And comment down below, as always, which knife you think you would rather. I would rather the fire one because it's pretty cool. It got the basher, seatbelt cutter, and it's a pretty strong blade. And
This
so,
and the fighter blade.
leave a like, subscribe, and
Comment down below.
comment down below. Like I said, which knife you think's the best. And yeah. So
Stop doing that.
see you in the next video.